always said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the LSU Fighting Tigers, Baton Rouge and Tiger Stadium. As we'll see a team looking for its first win, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on last year's national champions, the LSU Tigers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. To it for the opening kickoff. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Looking to throw, it's Hatchett. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Second down, they'll go to the air. Right on target this time. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
Out of the shotgun on third down. Gets it out quickly. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on third and short.
Quickly out to the tight end. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. The Huskers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. From the gun, the running back looking for room. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. When you're called Corn Huskers, you're like a big red thrashing machine, and you're going to get it done on the ground.
Just going to chew up the ground yards. Just going to eat you up, play physical, be different. And that's what Nebraska fans want. Throw back to the old days, the glory days, and they want some of that here in this recent history.
Back to throw, it's Hatchett. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
And how about that? That's already the third target this guy has had on the opening drive of the game. He is a big factor for their success throwing the football. He's got to win the matchups. Even though that one goes incomplete, they got to keep throwing him the ball.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage and predictable situations.
Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge third down coming. They'll try to get it through the air. He's got the back in the middle. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Looking downfield on first down. Finds the tight end. He makes the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a first down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback understanding it's blitz, and not just that it's blitz, but knowing whether it's man coverage or zone coverage behind the blitz. You've still got to know where your answer is going to be based on what the defense is doing in the back end, and he add the answer to the test right there.
They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. And the Huskers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Power football with the block. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the first down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. From the red zone, looking for a space. Fires to the tight end. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskers!
And how about the job by this offense? This is not a scrub defense. This is a top 10 defense in college football. You got to take points whenever you can get them. Nice job putting a drive together, putting 6 on the board. No matter how it looks, you just got to keep fighting with this squad.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Continues to fight for yards. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. The give to the tailback. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
They go to the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Boone. Got his man on the right. He'll go out of bounds at the 38-yard line as this offense patiently tries to work the ball out of its own end.
And I think if you're on defense here, you've got to be alert, right? Are they going for it here on 4th down? Does your defense have to be on the field ready for that? Might they line up in a punt formation and try to fake it potentially? You could see that. You know, there are a lot of coaches early in games that are willing to take big risks, so bells and whistles have got to be going off if you're on defense right now.
They want to run this quarterback. LSU will get a first down.
I know there are some people that say, no, in your own territory, you punt the football, you be conservative. No, sir. 4th and 1, I'm hitting the gas. All gas, no brakes. I'm going for this. I prepared for it all week. Nice job by the offense getting the first down on 4th and 1.
LSU with the 1st and 10 here. They'll try the run. just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
And the Tigers have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. The offense changing the play. They'll go up top on 2nd and short. It's complete on the right side. Crosses the 30, he's got away. Breaks into the open. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tigers!
Man, find your weapons. Nice job by the quarterback. Finally running back out of the backfield. He catches it and does the rest. Walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And he made that extra point. The wet turf, no problem at all. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. We've got a good one going here, and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get intercepted for the 11th time. Touchdown, LSU! The defense putting points on the board.
You've got to be so careful as a quarterback throwing over the middle of the field with this linebacker. He is so good in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes. He'll make you pay, and he did right there with that pick 6.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. That one might violate every return rule in the book as he's out of bounds at his own 5. The Nebraska offense back onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Looking downfield, it's Hatchett. Quickly complete. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Motion from the wideout. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Back to pass. Back open in the middle. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the tight end. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, and fortunate to get it back. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Tight end now in motion. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Zings it complete to the right. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. The Cornhuskers getting set on 1st and 10. Scanning the field, it's Hatchett. Got his man quickly. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. The Huskers racing to the line in the hurry-up. They'll move the tight end. To the ground with the back. Couldn't really get started there. Pick up a 1 to the 35.
They have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the first half, but there's been nothing going for him like you just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing him the football, getting him out in the perimeter in space to let him go to work. He's got to touch the ball for you to come back in this game. Right now, running it, though, very difficult.
Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. And the Huskers started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll send the tight end in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point is good. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He's got great speed. Oh, what vision. And there he goes. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. How about this for starting field position? 1st and goal from the 2. They'll try to get it in with the run. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
So on offense, you've got to find a way to put 6 up on the board. You know that in this game, field goals may not get it done. So big-time players make big plays in big games. Who can you rely on right now to get you a touchdown?
The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Wide receiver going in motion. Back to pass, it's Hatchett. Makes the catch and steps out of bounds, but short of the 1st down marker.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
wants to go up top. Lets it fly. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
They are calling for their defense in Baton Rouge. A huge third down coming up. From the gun, wants to pass. Here comes the heat. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And these are the mistakes backed up you can't make as a quarterback, man. You've got to protect the football. Big-time mistake. Defense capitalizes and sets their offense up with elite field position.
And the sudden change magnified for this defense as it's 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Tries again to get it in. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, LSU!
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
And let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the ball is loose on the return. It's recovered by the kicking team, and they get the ball right back.
Very rarely do you have a play on defense where you've got 30 yards head of steam built up to come make a collision. On kickoff and kickoff return, you do. And a lot of times you see big sticks and fumbles happen as a result.
They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. With the run on 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. Touchdown, Tigers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They add insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Motion from the back. Dropping back, it's Hatchett. Under fire. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to fire on 2nd down. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And that is interception number 3 on the day. He goes out of bounds, no time remaining on the clock, and that'll do it for the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Cornhuskers will boot it away to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. Keeping it on the ground to open the second half. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
And run the football, you're ahead, you can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Now the toss. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection. Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. Might be changing the route. Wide receiver comes in motion. Trying to get the edge on the right. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
They'll give it to the back. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And the misconnection on third down.
Really nice job by the defense, playing aggressive, understanding it could be a running situation, but still playing disciplined enough to play the pass and be successful on that 3rd and short.
The Tigers will go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the 1st down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Hands it off. There he goes. Got the 1st down and more. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And he takes this from inside. And the ball's free, deep in his own territory. Almost a disaster on that return. They jump on it, and they'll maintain possession.
That's a breathing a sigh of relief for sure. Kick returner tries to take it out, puts it on the ground, but how about the offense getting back on it, turning what could have been a really bad play into, thank goodness I got the ball again.
Looking for a man. It's Hatchett. Fires to the right. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Pulls it in. He'll be dragged down right at the 19-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down.
That's why as a defense, you feel okay playing man coverage on 3rd down because you know you've got linebackers and you've got players on your defense that can cover these dangerous running backs mano-a-mano. Nice job tackling in the open field.
On 4th down, going to the air. The quarterback goes down. The defense bringing the heat on 4th down to force the turnover on downs. There is a flag on the field, but I don't think it's going to matter. I think it's against the offense. The Huskers will send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Oh my, he just shanked that one. Wanted to make sure not to give them a chance for a return as it goes out of bounds. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. The give to the back. Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
And that's another productive run. This offense has had a bunch of them today, and the running back, I think this lead was built on this guy. He's done a great job all game long, setting the tone, and I think that's why this offense has been successful.
They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. 2nd and goal for this offense. They'll run it to the left, looking for the touchdown here. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Touchdown, Tigers! The offense puts up 6 with that trip to the end zone. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They put the brakes on him, but a good return out to the 36.
Will take over. 1st and 10.
They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. The give to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense. That is a costly penalty on this defense. Now they're dealing with a 2nd and 2. It's complete to the right. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the 1st down. And the Huskers moving quickly to the line. From the gun, the give, looking for room. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. The Cornhuskers are on the move.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that.
And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Going to the ground. just ran him over. Dragged down after a pickup of 5 out to the 35.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or game tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give to the back. At the 45 on his way. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. Guys, LSU has the lead here. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Might be calling a hot route.
Ready. Let's go. Let's go.
Leaves it with the running back.
One of the things you love about this running back is his physicality. He's got great size, and because of that, he can wear defenses down. Those 2, 3, and 4-yard gains in the first and second quarter, they become big gains late. Guys don't want to tackle him, and you're seeing that now.
The give to the left. Brought down, but looks as if LSU will pick up the first down.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
Firing to the right, complete. Steps out of bounds just inside the 20. They'll mark him down at the 18.
I like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
They're going to test that run defense to the right here. And you race it to the house. Touchdown, LSU! They build this fourth quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Oklahoma State escaped with the victory, and I say escaped. Look, in college football, teams will take any win, but I think those Pokes fans could have done without this one being so close. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. Dropping back, it's Hatchett. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. They get him down at the 49, but not before he picks up 15. The Huskers want to crank the tempo. Wants to go up top on first down. Looking for a deep man. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Just a short pass to the tight end.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route run. A shot toward the end zone. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down.
Ready, set.
Back to pass. He's got him this time. That completion will take him inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And the Huskers will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
Nice job by the defense forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
They've pushed it forward down to the 5, but now looking at 3rd and goal.
Set. To the line. To the line. Ready, go.
To the air. It's Hatchett. Fires into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
LSU will get a 1st down.
Really been impressed by the balance we've seen from this offense so far in the game, but I think you got to give a lot of the credit to the running game because it's been able to freeze these defenses. It's helped set up play action. They've been physical at the point of attack. I think that really has been the key force for this offense so far, having the success they've had.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. They want that clock to run. Past the sticks, and he may get more. Turning it on. Past the 10. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience, and with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stud.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Wasn't quite able to shake loose as he steps out of bounds at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. To throw, it's Hatchett. Throws to the wideout. Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And this has been one of those days you want to forget. I mean, you're getting drummed. There's no other way to put it. It's been a bad day. I'm trying to put a drive together here, maybe to just get some kind of momentum, something positive, maybe something in the locker room we can talk about that didn't go wrong.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with an L.
And they'll have to settle for it being marked down just outside their own 40-yard line. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Boy, they have delighted these home fans here by putting this game in a hammerlock, David.
Yeah, and this crowd's been jacked up. They've been excited. Now they get to breathe a little bit, Palmer. Nice lead. This offense needs to go out and protect it.
Yeah, they've been the more physical team all game long. So let's just run the ball. Let's just ice this football game, take the W into the locker room.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation.